Okay, Coach, they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you look inside of New Era Field in Orchard Park. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Denver Broncos. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Set, ready, 10 Lobo.
Mike, number 53, Mike 53.
Touchdown.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Locke, and he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. And Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, had over 700 yards, 42 catches for the man from Brenham, Texas, which is located halfway between Houston and Austin. They'll try and run for it with Lindsay. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Clock now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He's got his tight end Fant. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 40. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That was Jordan Poyer, the safety, in for the sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Yes.
Go get him. Check. Crunch. Check.
Go.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Let's go now. 8, read. Hey. High 7. Yep.
Motion backfield. 58, right over there. Yeah.
On second down, here's Locke. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
58, boy, 58, 58, Mike. 6 man. Check.
Rock it.
Check. Shit.
Leo. Let's go.
On third and long, it's Locke. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road, you're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on, long way to go in this one.
On the ground with the rookie Devin Singletary. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, 56.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. Nothing too fancy there. A simple toss left, but for whatever reason, the defense, they didn't seem ready for it.
Let me continue on with your thought right there, because after the play was over, I kept my eyes on the defenders. Watch them get off the ground, going back to the huddle, shaking their heads and kind of pointing to each other like, what just happened there? I think you're onto something.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
After the turnover, here's Locke. That one into the hands of Hamilton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Locke. He'll find Lindsey here. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Locke throwing on target to Fant, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Locke now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. On first down, right back to Lindsay. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 29, Locke. This is caught. 27 yards there, a first down. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
They'll try to run with Lindsay. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down. This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 14-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Here's Allen. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but the defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 30. 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, an 80-yard touchdown, and the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Allen. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They will run with Singletary. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. He gets it to Brown, complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 39.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Hey, Brown 80! Hey, home.
I know he ain't got it. 27 Mike.
Hey, Orbit! Alert!
Watch the eye.
Now this time, Allen will throw. He finds his target, John Brown. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
180!
51. I'm coming after you.
They'll run on 1st down. Singletary. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Let's go, baby.
2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that's complete to Brown. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Todd Davis. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Strip the ball.
Now Locke. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Hey, Echo.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? Let's go.
3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Broncos send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You better bring it. You better bring it. Pass. Right now, you better go.
To the air, Allen. He's going deep for Brown. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, but it's going to be 2nd down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Dancing to his left. And this is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks. but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
36-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
You got nothing.
A final shot before half for Locke. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
A final shot before break. Block. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Allen's throw is complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. And again, it's Allen toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere seeing that play, Focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Get him. Get him. Get him. 49's a mutt. 49's a mutt.
They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Ready, ready.
58's Mike.
Go, go. Now.
58's Mike. All day, dog. And 58 is a Mike.
On second and 15 now. Locke. This is the tight end fan. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 20. First down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
49's the Mike. Watch 49. Wild Bill. Wild Bill.
Locke now on first down. That's complete to Jake Butt. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
First down, Broncos.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
On first down, Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal.
It's our field. It's our field.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. And back at the 8 now. Third and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The kick by McManus is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Allen running the option to the left. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Allen. They go with a screen. It's Yeldon. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. Yeldon was always reliable out of the backfield for Blake Bortles, and now he has a chance to help out another young quarterback in the same way in Josh Allen. But you look at the numbers a season ago, 55 catches, almost 500 yards, very sure hands for a running back. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Play action. Now it's Allen. And able to find John Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Allen now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Then he finds Beasley, complete.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Motion. Hey, check motion, man. We go.
They'll try to run for this with Singletary. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Mike, 53, Mike.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Clock now on 1st down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. They come up in an offset eye. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Locke. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Matt Milano coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Lock going to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
To throw again. Allen. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Allen now looks to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Allen going to go on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And this one caught by Beasley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down. Allen.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Now Allen to throw again. And that's complete to Brown. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a first down. On 1st down, Singletary. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Cole Beasley, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Hauschka adds the extra point as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Yes, yes.
On second down, it's Lindsey. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down.
Go, 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 go.
49 Hey, let's get him home.
Throwing his lock on third down. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And here's Allen throwing again. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick six.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now Allen to try again after the pick six. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I can't believe they even let you play. You're trapped.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, check back. Hey, high 7. Here we go.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And the grab by Croft. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll go again with Lindsey. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Phillip Lindsey, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 50. Check 50.
Allen going to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
61. Match box right.
Allen now on 1st down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On 1st down, Allen. And Beasley with it over the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Simmons. The 30. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Broncos, the win is a good one for morale, but little else as they move to 3-8. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday afternoon at around 3:30 Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.